Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Ones Tarot. My name's Carmen, and today we have a really fuzzy picture because YouTube has not really been working very well today. So if it looks really fuzzy to me, it probably looks really fuzzy to you. I couldn't get my either webcam to work. I couldn't get my cell phone, like the mobile app, to work. So deal with me, guys. That being said, what we have today is social media and intuition coming through. So we have someone who has tried to basically, they've tried to create an illusion or they have lied about who they're connected to or what they've been up to. And you or someone around you, this intuition was like bothering you. Like, I know that this isn't right. So there's going to be a post, maybe some pictures or even somebody's like GPS location that makes it clear whatever your intuition was telling you this person lied about, it's going to be proven on that social media account. So that'll make things interesting. Let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. And I hope you're having a better day than I am. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedonestarot@gmail.com. You can find that in the description box, along with more information on how to become a member, as well as how to find my candles on Etsy. And let's dive in. It might be a little bit of a shorter reading because the quality of picture is a little bit lame on this, but we'll make it work. This is the Pulp Tarot. What else do we have? We have the Fool, the Four of Cups, and the Six of Wands. So basically, there's a person who counted their chickens before they were hatched. This is someone who was nervous that they were going to get like cut out or rejected. So they came up with a story, a little bit of a lie, and they felt like they were going to be able to be successful with that lie because they thought that they would not have anybody contradicting what they were saying was true. I feel like I should just like, do I have anything to wipe that off with? Hold on a second, you guys. I'm just like a little bit nervous that because I had like a sticker over it, that maybe it was like a little bit unclear because of that. Sorry, that was just, just a little maintenance on the camera. I normally have a sticker over that camera. All right, let's see what else we've got. Page of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, and the King of Cups. Oh, sorry, that's the customer chat or customer service. Sorry, y'all. I was asking the YouTube folks to figure it out. Hello, Jamike. How are you doing? So hopefully we can figure this out. We got the Nine of Cups with the King of Cups because this is somebody who's pretty pleased with themselves. They feel like they've been able to say something or do something to prevent an argument, or feel like they've been able to say or do something to cover up where they've been or who they've been hanging out with. Like I said, they're pretty happy with themselves. Like, oh, there's no way you're going to be able to figure out what actually happened or who I was actually spending time with. So I can lie. We have the Moon in the reverse, hidden intentions, the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Five of Swords. This is Someone ruining their plans. They think they have everything figured out. They feel like they've been able to control the narrative or get you to believe something that isn't actually true. And then here comes somebody else posting to social media. It's like, oh, I'm hanging out with my grandma, and you believe it. And then someone posts on social media a picture with this person and they're like at a party. Okay. Where's grandma? Is she partying with you? 8 of Wands. So even though they had initially been able to mislead or kind of like create this illusion, now we have somebody who's able to contradict that story or make it clear that somebody has lied. They are not where they said they would be. Hey, I thought you said that you were going to the baseball game, but I'm here and I don't see you. Where are you really? Gosh, that's crazy. I thought you said you were working late and I stopped by with some food and you're not here. That's crazy, right? What's going on? This is the Earth and Bone Oracle. What else do we have? Sorcerer, number 18. Ambition, determination, willpower, creation, and focus. And adversary. Hard work, diligence, progress, challenges, and adversity. So they thought they could control the narrative. They thought they were in charge. They felt like whatever they said to you, you'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Sure. And then this adversary comes along and threatens their story, provides details that contradict that illusion. So they don't line up with whatever that lie was. So they were a little overly confident that they could lie about what they were doing or where they were. And now they look a little bit foolish. So we have beloved, love, relationships, reciprocity, union, and intertwinement. What else? This is the Spanish tarot, by the way. Four of Wands in the reverse. The Eight of Swords in the reverse. You can't be at that house because I'm there. You said you were at this party, but my best friend's there and just said that you weren't there. There's no way about it. Like, you said this, and that's clearly wrong. High Priest in the reverse and the Chariot in the reverse. Or you said you were going to visit the family. Well, that's weird because the air tag that I put in your car says that you're parked over on Franklin Street. Shoot. So their lies might last or go over for a little while, but as soon as someone else has their plans plastered on social media, it makes it clear that we have dishonesty and some sort of like strategy being deployed. I do feel like there could be someone who is drinking or partying in this situation. And we also have this Nine of Wands, like defensiveness, right? I didn't want you to come along because I didn't want to introduce you, or I wanted to go party myself because I wanted to pretend that I was single. Hello, Caitlin. How you doing? What else? Five of Wands in the reverse and the Five of Swords in the reverse. I don't think this is somebody who went out of their way to prove a lie was a lie. I think this is just somebody who, "Oh, I didn't know that you weren't supposed to be here, but I posted a picture of us. Oops, did I do that?" We have the Hanged Man and the Queen of Cups. So, like, where did you say you were again? Okay. That's weird because my friend just showed me a picture of your car parked outside of Del Tago. Now that they have this discrepancy exposed and their illusion or their lie is kind of falling apart, they backtrack. Oh, yeah, no, we're actually leaving. Sorry. Yeah, I should have told you that. They try to salvage what they can and say, some sort of excuse or, "Oh, yeah, I guess it was a miscommunication," or "That text should have gone through a while ago." Hey, Lemonade. It is very much like the old school, although I don't think I've ever had the laptop, like, just right in front of me like this. Yep. Some people don't really consider all of the ways that their lies could potentially be exposed. And maybe that's for the best, right? They're not as good at lying as they think, so then that means they get confronted. So we have the Ace of Pentacles and the Page of Cups, or sorry, Page of Pentacles. Someone who felt like they would have the benefit of the doubt on their side or would be able to confuse you. They're not as successful as they thought. They're not a good liar. Let's see. This is the Weird Cat Tarot. Hello, John. How are you doing? What else do we have? Ten of Swords, Strength in the reverse, Ten of Pentacles, Judgment, and the Star. I think we have someone who gave into temptation and it was a betrayal of someone's trust. I told you I'd quit drinking, but I went out and partied, or I told you I had blocked that ex and I wasn't looking to talk to them anymore, but then they started like flirting with me and I couldn't avoid it anymore. I know that I should be more reliable, or I know that I should be more consistent. I know I shouldn't do this, but I want to do it anyways. And then when I get potentially caught or when I have to answer, like, "Where have you been?" I'm going to pretend that I've been angelic. I haven't done anything wrong. Hello, Angel. How are you doing? Oh, I'm glad to hear it, John. Three of Pentacles, Ten of Cups in the reverse. This is upsetting a living situation or a romantic connection. So it could be causing a breakup. Just trying to gloss over whatever promise they have broken. Trying to use a mutual friend or perhaps one that you don't know as their alibi, even though they are not at home when they say they are, or they are not going where they told you. And this Eight of Wands, I feel like this is somebody who is inadvertently proving them wrong by posting something to social media. Oh yeah, no, this person is like right here with me. I'm glad to hear that, Angel. Ace of Wands, Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, and the Nine of Cups with the Chariot in the reverse. They have a moment of like gloating. The King of Wands, the person who's been lying about this, they're pretty pleased with themselves. They feel like they've been able to buy themselves some time. They feel like they have an opportunity to do what they want to do and break some rules. But the reality is they don't get to really enjoy that wish fulfillment or doing that kind of selfish thing for very long before, with the Chariot in the reverse, they start to freak out because they have been discovered. Ace of Swords. Queen of Cups in the reverse. Yeah. I don't even feel like, how do I say this? I think you've already kind of checked out. I think you know this is somebody who hasn't been very honest with you. Queen of Cups in the reverse. They've been emotionally manipulative in the past, and you were hoping this person would change their behavior or start treating you the way that you deserve instead of being dishonest or sneaky. So we're going to pull a few from the What's the News Oracle, because this one has, let's see, what is it called? Sneaky Link, I believe. And we'll see if that comes out. Reading up, doing the research, learning more, gaining insight. SOS. So as you collect data or like kind of observed this person, you started to see that maybe they were acting kind of nervous or shifty. Maybe they were trying to hide their phone. Maybe little routines were different, like they were dressing fancier or they've been working out. There's something here where you can tell that they have not been letting you in on everything they've been going through or thinking about. I do feel like we have someone who is going through, whoever I'm reading for, the person that has been lied to by this King of Wands, you are going through a major life event. So you might have recently purchased your first home. You might have recently graduated from school. You might have recently found out that you are expecting a child. But this new stage has frightened the King of Wands, and they are giving in to temptation because they're scared, nervous, frustrated, feel like they don't have control. So they want to, I guess, kind of lean into that and lose more control. But there's someone who spills the beans and makes it clear what's actually been going on, even though this King of Wands would like to assume that they could give in to this temptation and then not have to hear anything else about it, or just ghost that person from the dating app because they don't want to actually have any consequences, of course, right? Like, oh, we'll hang out for a couple nights and then I'll just never talk to you. What else? Beginnings. Open heart. Exhaustion. Depletion. I think this has been a repeating problem, feeling distant, feeling like someone is taking advantage of the situation. Even though there was hope that we had some potential for changed behavior, that doesn't seem to have lasted. I feel like whoever I'm reading for, you view this King of Wands as your soulmate, but it doesn't seem to translate to how that person interacts with or treats you. Yeah, they're very withdrawn. They may kind of default to feeling more comfortable on their own. And there's a crush that they've had or someone that they've been attracted to. And like a cooling in your connection because they feel there's resentment. So this looks like escapism to me. There's major things going on in my existing relationship, or I'm being asked to like step up my contribution or pull my own weight, right? And instead, what I would like to do is act irresponsibly and avoid the realization that things are like elevating or going to another level. This is the Stained Glass Tarot. Hey, Matt, how you doing? Redbeard, it's been a tough day, okay? I thought I fixed the problem where it wouldn't let me go live by uninstalling and then reinstalling the YouTube app on my phone. And then it started glitching out and repeating the, let's see. At the top of my live chat, it says, "Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines." It was spamming the live chat with that. So then I uninstalled and reinstalled. And then I tried to go with my desktop. I did update my phone iOS. I also, there's no way to like clear the cache individually for apps on iPhone. So that's why I uninstalled it. And then I tried to use my webcams. I have 2 of them on my laptop, and the YouTube platform wasn't acknowledging the lives or the webcams. So this is the crappy camera that my laptop has. So I appreciate your patience. I didn't cry, so that was a good thing, right? But it's been frustrating. It has. Yes, it's like this is a dream. I like that, Lemonade. But also, I think it's hilarious that you called it a potato can. If you notice, though, I am stubborn because, like, I'm pretty sure 90% of the population would have given up. And me, I'm over here like, I'm gonna find a way to publish a live stream. You just wait. Yep. So we have the Sun in the reverse, the Ten of Swords in the reverse, and the Eight of Swords. This is that illusion. Like, I was trying to keep you from figuring out what was really going on. So I put the blindfold over you and told you, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Because I didn't want you to know that I was betraying a promise that I had made. I wanted to keep you in the dark. Yes, I would say that's correct, Matt. Redbeard says a drunken dream. I think I have both, Lemonade. Thank you, Jose. So we have the Nine of Wands in the reverse, the Ten of Cups, and the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Disloyalty. But feeling like there is something that cannot be protected, or there is a vulnerability here with that Ten of Cups. And there is. If this is someone who feels like they have to lie about what they're really doing because they don't want to get kicked out or they don't want a relationship to end, they're still going to have that consequence. Thank you, Melissa. I hope you're having a good day. I've added that for you. Hey, Lee. How you doing? I hope you're having a good day, hun. I hope so, Redbeard. I just didn't want to leave you all hanging. And it was kind of difficult to go through all of yesterday without doing a live stream. So I guess I'm like kind of a workaholic, you guys. What else do we have? The Wheel of Fortune. Aren't these cards just like beautiful? I know it's a little fuzzy, but you can tell they're beautiful, right? Someone changes their story because it conflicts with what is seen on social media. Yeah, I was wrong about that. Actually, we went to a different spot. Or, oh yeah, there's someone else that got invited. Isn't that weird? Four of Cups in the reverse. This feels like frustration. Like, I can't believe you're lying to me. I know that you're lying. And now you're like trying to just slightly walk it back, but I think I know what's really going on. Knight of Cups in the reverse and the Two of Swords. You know, when someone asks a question, but they already know the answer, I feel like that's what's going on here. I saw something on social media. I know it contradicts with what you had told me initially. So let's just kind of investigate a little bit further and we'll see how you handle it when I ask you about specifics. We have the Three of Wands in the reverse and the Four of Pentacles. Unexpected secret. I didn't think you would lie to me about that, or I didn't think that I would have to like question you on something like this. Oh my goodness, you guys, I'm just realizing it like doesn't tell me the timeline on this. Okay. Well, I guess I just do the personal questions when I feel like it, right? We have the King of Pentacles in the reverse, the Hermit, and Death. There is a good chance this relationship is ending because somebody has broken a promise and they felt real confident they were going to be able to lie about what was actually going on. But whatever they have lied about, I do think this is like a repeating argument. Like, we've talked about this. You said you would stop talking to your ex, or you said you would quit smoking, or whatever it is. And if you're willing to like lie to me about that, then I think I have to seriously reconsider whether or not I should still be involved with you. That's weird. What else? Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, the World in the reverse, and the Eight of Wands in the reverse. I think we have someone who realizes this person's willing to double down on the lie, even when I have been able to catch them in it. And that indicates they're not really interested in making any changes. They're not interested in doing right by this connection. And with the Eight of Wands in the reverse, I think we have someone who decides, I'm not even going to like continue this conversation because it seems pretty useless for me to try to resolve this argument when you're just going to continue to lie to me. Let's see. This is the Love Tarot. What else do we have? Others' opinions. I feel bound by my culture and my family's beliefs on how I should live my life. I'm working towards breaking free from limiting myself based on their beliefs. So this seems to me like we've got someone who's judging the relationship, or we have someone who doesn't really feel like monogamy is required. Hello, Jody. How are you doing? I'm single. I'm single right now. I'm not attached to anyone and not looking to get into a relationship at this time. This is what the King of Wands is saying, even though they're very much so in a relationship. So they're going out and acting like they're single, even though they've either gotten engaged recently or moved in with someone, or maybe even are about to start a family. Would you pack a bag and meet me in Hawaii? I just want to get away from the world and be alone with you. And they're talking about starting up a serious relationship or running away with somebody else. Kind of silly, right? My fantasy. You are my fantasy. I have pictures and videos saved of you. I want you. And jealousy. I'm very jealous. I can barely stand it. Yeah, these insecurity and trust issues, as well as jealousy, make it really difficult for the relationship to work long term. So I think this King of Pentacles, or sorry, King of Wands, may have assumed that they would be able to keep this relationship even though they've been dishonest. But there's too much resentment and bitterness that has built up between the two of them because this person's lied so much. Even if there is this assumption that, we must be soulmates, if you keep repeating the same problem and lying about it, then at some point, I can't trust you anymore, right? At some point, I have a different opinion of it. We'll get a few Overthinkers Oracle, and then we'll switch over to personal questions. What else do we have? I hate how I treated you. It's so hard to resist you. I wish I could go back in time. I would have treated you better. And I feel that it's really over. Yeah, I think it probably is. All right, let's see what we have for Melissa. What is coming up for this weekend for Melissa, please? This is the Golden Girls. What is coming up for Melissa this weekend, please? Ten of Wands in the reverse. Three of Pentacles. Knight of Swords. Three of Cups in the reverse. I feel like this is about a friendship or a family connection that is like overwhelming. An example, Melissa, could be, someone who's getting married that's asking too much of the bridal party and you're in that party. Or this could be a friend who asks you, hey, can I borrow a lot of money? And you're like, no, I don't have a lot of money. I've been asked to perjure myself for a friend before. I didn't do it. This is like someone asking you to do something that they really shouldn't be asking you to do, Melissa. This is somebody who is unreasonable in what they expect from you. Page of Wands, Eight of Swords, Queen of Wands in the reverse. You might literally be having somebody asking you to do something illegal. Queen of Wands in the reverse. They want you to take on some risk to help them deal with whatever risk they have brought on themselves. So, of course, this is saying listen to your discernment, listen to your intuition. It is most likely going to be guiding you to make the choice to distance yourself from whatever this request is, or maybe even the person altogether who's asking you to do this. But we have someone who's overwhelmed, they're freaking out. Maybe it's legal consequences or financial situation. But if it's a financial situation, they're going to ask to borrow money. They're not going to pay you back. If this is, I'm in a difficult spot as far as legal, like law stuff, don't also join them in that, right? Page of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, this person has signed themselves up for some not so great consequences, and you are not meant to share in those consequences. They feel like you're able to just take a magic wand and be like, boop, and everything is better again, but that's not accurate. So be cautious and protect your energy. Do not agree to something that puts you at risk. It's not fair for them to ask you for that. Hello, Lydia. How are you doing today? Thank you for the tip. Let's see what else we have for you. We're going to go with the Pause Tarot. How does he currently see me and this connection? For Lydia, how does he currently see Lydia and the connection? Hermit in the reverse. 9 of Pentacles in the reverse, 7 of Swords in the reverse, and the Page of Wands. Why the Hermit in the reverse? So it feels to me like this is somebody who is looking at the connection with you as ill-advised or like a forbidden love or something that people would not be supportive of. With the 9 of Pentacles in the reverse, it's like if I choose this connection, I might have not so great judgments from friends or family. 2 of Wands in the reverse. 9 of Cups in the reverse. So it's like what I want seems to be at odds with what other people expect me to want. And what actions will he take in the next 1 to 3 months? 5 of Swords, High Priestess, 4 of Wands in the reverse. Queen of Wands in reverse. This feels to me like blaming you. Things didn't go well because of you. Not really accepting what role they played in the situation, right? Like, I don't want to take any accountability for what went wrong. So, you know, that person was insecure or they were controlling. I don't want to own up to whatever I did to make things more complicated. 3 of Swords, Judgment, and King of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, this is like I'm going to rewrite history, and whatever went down or whatever happened to cause distance between us, I'm going to make it look like less my fault and more someone else's fault. Will he move toward commitment or consistency? Yes, but not significantly enough. Like, I might be able to work on my emotional maturity, but as far as, like, being faithful, I can't do that. Or I might be able to fix the fact that, you know, financially, it's been a little bit hectic or chaotic or unpredictable, but talking to you about how I feel is just like a no-go for them. There is emotional connection here, but a lack of, it's like I don't take it seriously. Fool in the reverse and the Star. I feel like the important thing to focus on is your own healing and acknowledging that there are things you look the other way or like you don't stand up for yourself on certain things. This is not just for Lydia, but it certainly applies, Lydia. The expectations that you set at the beginning of a relationship, whether it's platonic or romantic, are the best standards or expectations you will ever have in that relationship. You cannot say, I accept this kind of treatment, and then 6 months later say, actually, I need you to treat me better. It doesn't ever go that way. It's often, I expect this, and then they give you this. Or you expect this, and they give you this, right? I feel like there was an issue here as far as the standards you accepted or the respect that you didn't really get at the beginning. Now we're going back and trying to say, I need to be treated better than that. And this person's like, no, I don't want to, because of the standards that were set at the beginning. So there's something here about you needing to work on how you interact with others and when you stand up for yourself, how that impacts the way that they treat you. You deserve better treatment than what this person offers, but you had a hand in allowing that at the beginning, so they don't want to change that now. You deserve more respect than what this has offered you. So I hope that you're able to find that, because you deserve to be treated better. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you, everyone, for the likes. Thank you for the subscribes. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be change, but it said not significant enough change, Lydia. So part of it is making sure that in next relationships, you set standards higher. Yeah. This is someone who isn't going to change to the degree that they need to. All right. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subscribes. I'll see you on the next reading. Toodles.